guys, and welcome to my channel, Ohana Reads. My name is Anastasia, and let's get right to it. It is my June wrap-up. I read 7 books this month, guys, and I'm pretty freaking proud of myself about that. And 2 were off of my TBR, and the other 5 were part of my TBR. So I read Ride Hard, which is a motorcycle romance novella series. So it's kind of like going based off of like little main characters throughout the books. So this was about the club's president, Dare, and Haven, who is underneath their protection, and kind of their little romance. And I absolutely loved this book. Gave it a full freaking 5 stars because I love romances, especially if they're MC romances, motorcycle club romances. They just have so much going on with them. And it is a library book, guys, but it had so much going on, so much action and adventure and love. And yes, this book is not for kids. It's got adult stuff in it. So, but this book was awesome. And then I have Ride Rough, which is also part of that novella series, and this book was also amazing. I gave this book, I think, like a 4.5, just because there was like a lot, and I didn't agree with the character that was like the main girl character in this book, which was Alexa and Maverick. In this book, she had like a lot of real stuff going on. She had an abusive fiance and everything, and he got her out of that situation, but she was just like, Maverick won't love me, and I'm like, he's loved you for I don't know how long. But I felt like there was kind of a lot of extra stuff going on in here that didn't need to go on, but it was great. Really good plot going on here. Once again, adult stuff in here, not for kids. So this was pretty awesome. Once again, it is a library book. I got these 2 books because I have the other book, which I believe is, I own the other book, Ride Wild. So I also wanted to read these 2 books. There's only 3. I haven't read Ride Wild because it's packed up in a box, but it's okay. We'll be okay. But those are my 2 books from the library that I've read, and I checked out 7. So I'm trying to catch up on the other ones, but up to 4. I have to turn them in about 2 weeks. We're catching up on those library books, guys. And ignore my glasses, they're glary, but we're okay. Okay, and then on my TBR, I did read A House of Salt and Sorrows. This book had me everywhere. I absolutely loved it though, gave it a full 5 stars. If you guys don't know, I'm not really critical of books. I love any book that I'm going to read because I know I'm going to buy it and I'm going to love it. But this book had me everywhere. It was a mysterious / murder going on and everything, and it is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. If you love thriller / murder going on and gods and stuff, this is what you need to get into. This book was awesome, and it'll have you thinking, who killed who? Who's the murderer? What's going on? Is she really crazy? These were multiple questions I had going on throughout reading this book, and to be honest, I read it fairly quickly, and I couldn't put this book down. I think I read it within a few days because of other things I had going on, but this was freaking amazing. I love this book, and I would definitely recommend to anybody who would want a Disney princess retelling. This was definitely it. It had a great ending to it too, a great cute little ending. But yeah, I love this book. Crave, I also read. I gave this a whopping 5 stars. Now, I want Crush to come out as soon as possible because this ended on a cliffhanger, and I want to know what happened to my girl. But the romance in here was beyond cute. This is probably the first, vampire book that I've ever read, to be honest. That was such a hit, to be honest, because I've read Evernight and Temple, or not Temple, Velvet, of course. But I loved this book. I legit cannot wait for number 2 to come out. But I read this book pretty quickly. I think I read it in 2 days. And it's almost 600 pages, guys. I'm proud of myself. Very, very proud of myself for reading this book so quickly. I loved it so much. I couldn't put it down. I think I read a few pages in one day, and then the next day I just couldn't put it down, and I read it the entire day. So this is awesome. And then we have The Storyteller. Yes, I read this book, and just like the other books, there was so much detail. So much unneeded detail. But this was a good book, and I think I gave it about a 4.5 stars, just because all that freaking detail took me forever to get through this book. It's because I got so annoyed, and I put it down, and I was like, I can't look at this. Okay? And then I was like, no, we're not going to DNF. We're going to finish it. And I did. And the ending, to be honest, made me really sad. And she deserved better, but it had me a little flipped out. If you guys do want to read the Ryder trilogy series, I would just proclaim there are a lot of details. If you're a person who likes details, great. If you're a person who doesn't need too many details, I don't know about this. But it is a great book. It had a great plot to it and a great storyline to it. And this third book had me tripping out the last couple of pages, but it was a great book, and I would reread it again if there weren't so many details. Then we have The Twin. Guys, I have never read a book in one day, in one sitting, and I read this book in one day, in one sitting, because I could not put this down. I could not. This is like my first thriller book that I've ever freaking read, and it scared me, but I couldn't put it down. Because it's called The Twin, and it's based off of a set of girl twins. Me, I'm a girl twin, okay? And they got separated when they were 10 because their parents divorced. One went with the dad and one went with the mom. And then when they were 16, the mom died all of a sudden. She was really young, and somehow she slipped and fell over a bridge and died, okay? And they had her funeral. The other twin went and lived with the dad and the other twin, and things started to, like, go downhill from there. The twin who lived with the mom was making everyone turn against the other twin and not believe anything that she was saying. It come to the fact that she was making her look crazy, and I'm not gonna spoil this, but it scared me because I have a twin. I kept texting my sister, and I was like, I swear, if you do anything like this, game over. I can learn from this girl's mistakes. I know how to make people believe me. This is not okay. I legit freaked out. But I know it's just a book. I'm not great with thrillers, but this was an awesome book. Natasha Preston did amazing. I have another book by her called The Lost, which is right here. But this book was awesome. I did give it like a 5 stars. I keep hitting myself with the book. I did give it 5 stars. Would I read this again? Probably if I was in the mood for a thriller. It scared me. I didn't sleep for like 2 hours afterwards because I was like, oh my god, this could have happened to me in real life. Okay, as a twin, I connected with this. But this was a pretty good book, and I'd recommend it to anybody who's looking for a pretty twisted thriller, because that's what this really was. Then we had A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Guys, I fell in love with this book. If you don't know, this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and oh my gosh, if it could not be any closer to Beauty and the Beast, but like modernized. I loved it. Like, when I say loved, I loved it, okay? I loved it so much I got number 2, and we're gonna read that too. But this was awesome. If you ever want a Beauty and the Beast retelling, definitely this one. It has real life problems in it as well. The main character has cerebral palsy. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. Cerebral palsy. But it is amazing, and I love it. And the ending, it was good, but like romantic, but like kind of like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Almost like a cliffhanger, a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And like the little scene that they gave at the end, I was like, wait, say what? Yes, I'm not gonna spoil this book for anybody, but I would definitely read this book. I'm in love with Prince Ren and Commander Gray and Harper's character. I love all of them, okay? And they are just amazing. I love this book, and I gave it a 5 stars. It was awesome. Awesome. And I low-key wanted to be put like in a movie. Just like a movie for me. movie or I feel like there was a lot going on here, so movie or TV series, because there's a number 2. So that would be awesome if it could be made into one of those adaptions. But that is going to be it for my June wrap up. I did read 7 books this month, guys. That's probably the most I've ever read in a month, because May I read like my 5 like I did, and now I've read 7. So applaud to me for reading multiple books. Yay. But that is awesome, and I'm hoping for July to read probably as many or more. If less, that's okay. You know, things happen. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you liked them. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!